The Colorado Rapids hosting Toronto FC Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a Sportsnet match with Dan Dunleavy, but it'll be on the score. First time Toronto FC on the score in 2013. Now, Dan, Toronto in the middle of a very busy stretch, coming to this match with a few injuries. But Colorado Rapids, they have a few injuries themselves, don't they?
Yeah, they sure do. Then it's when you look down the list of injured players, and Edson Buttle right at the top of that. Now he might be back for the game on the weekend from his knee injury. Colorado missing some very significant players. Marvell Wynn might be back in the lineup. Everybody knows about him, of course, here in Toronto. Nick LaBroca has not been a regular in the starting 11. The list of injured players for Colorado, when you read their team blog and the writers who follow the team, they could almost feel the starting 11 from it. So they've been feeling it. Because of that, they're not scoring a lot of goals. The other thing that Toronto has to be wary of, though, and it's good for Colorado, not necessarily good for Toronto FC, is they're not conceding Colorado. They're not conceding very many goals either. A lot of one-goal games, a lot of 1-1, 0-0 scores on their ledger at this point in time. So offensively, they've not really been a threat to anybody this year, but so far defensively, they've done a very good job.
In Buttle, LaBroca, as well as Marvell Wynn, of course, you mentioned some ex-Toronto FC players. And another veteran on the Colorado squad that everybody's familiar with is Pablo Mastroeni. He may return as well for this match. But there's a couple of rookies that are turning heads, a couple of rookies that Toronto looked at the MLS player draft and the combine. Deshaun Brown, who's, I believe, has 2 goals this season, and Dylan Powers. Talk a little bit about these guys and if they're going to be ready to play on Saturday.
Well, Brown, they're really excited about Brown playing with Edson Buttle because they think that could be a really dynamic duo for them in Colorado. Up to this point in the season, they certainly haven't seen enough of that yet, and they've been teased by it a little bit. As far as Brown's play is concerned, he has been lights out. The player you mentioned that Toronto was interested in Dylan Powers, I haven't seen him yet. You saw him at the combine and said the team was certainly he caught their attention. To this point, there's a little bit of debate going on as to whether or not he's had a good enough rookie campaign to start garnering early consideration for Rookie of the Year. Some say not quite yet, but still they do like his play at this point of the season as a rookie. So it is a young team in Colorado. As I mentioned, they've not put the ball in the back of the net a whole lot. If Edson Buttle comes back, that'll help. And goaltending as well. Clinton Irwin, again, he steps in when Matt Pickens breaks his arm, and he's obviously they've only given up a goal a game on average. He's played very well for them too. So Toronto will probably be up against a goaltender that's feeling pretty confident in his game.
So a couple of teams dealing with a few injury woes. We'll go at it on Saturday. Colorado versus Toronto live on the score with Dan Dunleavy. On Twitter, use the hashtag TFCLive to join the chat and to enter our tweet of the match contest. For Dan, I'm Asif. We'll see you soon.